Hey everyone, good evening. It's John again. Gonna play some Immaculate Grid, playing both the rarity score and the time version, but in the opposite order. I do time, then I do rarity, as anyone watching this probably knows by now. I played a few games of the weekend. I had let's see, my only loss I think from the weekend, if I'm remembering right, was not knowing the Alfredo Griffin won Rookie of the Year for the Toronto Blue Jays in 1979. No idea. Good for him. Congratulations. There's only been two Toronto Blue Jays rookies of the year. I got Eric Hinsky in part because of his tangential relationship to Moneyball, but no, did not come up with Alfredo Griffin. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's share. I'm going to share the screen. I've got the timer up there. That was grid number 32. And do that, and away we go. All right, Ibianes. Yep, Moyer. Let's go Mike Cameron. Great. Played anywhere in the outfield. Alex Gordon, Shane Victorino, Aaron Rowand. Great. All right. Brett only played for that team. Schmidt only played for the Phillies. Ooh, Tim Anderson. Bam. 43 seconds. That's pretty good for the time version. That's one of my better ones. Didn't think too hard on any of them. That was a solid all around performance. Went with the most obvious person. I'm gonna say 5 times probably. No, Carl Santana was more obvious than Abiana's, I guess. Alex Gordon was actually the highest for this one though, so it was 5 times. Ken Griffey Jr., who was actually traded for Mike Cameron, but not between these teams, between the Reds and Mariners. So I had the other side of that trade. All right, so we're going to do what we do. We're going to stop sharing, reshare, find the other one. I guess it's that one. There we go. And that was grid number 32. All right. Let's see if we can find some hidden gems here. Um, let's see. So I think we said there was a guy named Sosa who works here. Let's get the right one. It's Jose Sosa. Oh wait, was this the Royals? I'm pretty sure it was the Royals. Pretty sure it might have been the Astros though. Yeah, nope. I had the wrong guy. I was trying to get cute. I already lost on the first one. That might be a record. All right. Well, man, who else? Frank White, but I mean that's going to be a super high one too. Or you go with someone who's current, and that's where I admit that I don't really know the Royals right now. So I thought I had a guy though, and I guess I think that guy might have been for the Astros. So I mixed them up, but I'm not thinking of who my only one team guy was. Let's see, Earl Allen, I believe, was the guy I was gonna go with the Phillies. That's pretty good. And then down here, I believe there was a gentleman named Eddie, Don Eddie, who also works for 300. All right, so I at least get those. Let's see, outfield, Lefty O'Doul. It's a pretty good rarity score right there. And Carl Reynolds, who I've gone with a number of times, he was a center fielder. Also a pretty good score. Then yeah, who's Tony Graffinino. He moved around a bit, right? He was mainly, I think, a second baseman, but It wouldn't surprise me if he found his way into the outfield. Um, yeah, if we're thinking, well, no one I'm thinking of from the 90s is particularly rare. You've basically got Beltron, Damon, um, who else? Jermaine Dye. None of these guys are going to be particularly rare. I think Hal McRae will work. Willie Wilson, of course, will work. I'll see Steve Balboni play a little first and a little outfield and a little DH, kind of all over the place. Um, who else? Who else? Hmm, maybe I'll just on that one. Freddie Garcia works for both of these. Um, let's see, does Arthur Rhodes work for any of these? He works for the Mariners. Not sure on any of the rest of these. Oh, I think let's go Michael Jackson, the reliever. He'll work for both these teams. It's a decent score. Um, Roberto Hernandez does not work for the Mariners because otherwise he'd work for all three of these teams. He's one of my go-tos. Oh, Canelo might be an option. Al Cohen's, Amos Otis. I'll say Vanda Pinson played for the Royals towards the end of his career. Am I remembering that right? Um, Hal Morris, did he play the outfield? I think he was like a first base outfield type. I'm trying to remember who my guy was over here. I'm just drawing a complete blank. Matt Stairs will work, I think. You never really know with Matt Stairs. Him in the outfield was a little bit of a challenging proposition. Let's see, David DeJesus would work, Frank Core would work, Melky Cabrera would work. That's like 2010, 2011 time frame. Um, who else? Who's gonna be? Let's go Cohen's. He goes at least under 1%. It's decent. I can't remember. Was this one of the Jamie Wright teams? It's definitely one of the Pat Borders teams. Question is, which one do I want to go with, though? Is there a better, more rare option here? Because Griffey was up at 40%. Cameron was like another 15%. Those are probably two of the higher ones. Um, use Pat Borders here. Now let's grab Tartable here. He played a season with the White Sox. He also goes. So I had a 2 and I blew it on the wrong guy. So we'll go here. Let's see if I can find the guy that I'd looked up one time. First of all, let's just see. Jose Sosa. Indeed, that's an Astros player. All right. Memorized the wrong guy. I think I have a like a Mike Busby for the Cardinals. So maybe that's the what I was thinking is like both people same name. I'm looking at these names. I'm not seeing anybody that I would have thought of. And really, this is meaningless for anyone watching this because it's just like, oh, you know what? Oh, you know what it was? Ha! It was the other Ryan Braun. That was my guy. That was my guy for the Royals. Ah, bummer. The other Ryan Braun was my guy for the Royals. Totally, totally whiffed on that. I don't know why I was so confident on Mr. Sosa. Oh well. Well, I had a 2 and then I blew it. But anyway, thanks a lot for playing. I'll try to remember my frivolous players a little bit better next time. Have a good rest of your night. Peace.